Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Wins here at the 36th Annual Peninsula Mining Conference. Thank you to Brook Construction, thank you to High Tech Communications, and certainly Western Petroleum for bringing this conversation alive. Baie, that's a French name, and I want to unpack it with the member of the House of Assembly, Lynn Paddock. Baie, talk to me about the French shore, Lynn.
Yeah, so, Al, good question. So, you know, our history here is pretty deep, right? So this area, particularly here on the Baie Peninsula, was a traditional French fishing area. So from should go Fleur-de-Lis up to Lassie, and that all changed after the Treaty of Utrecht when the English took. So the French shore, let me just explain. So the French shore basically ends or starts at Lassie, the Saw in English, all the way around, all up the northeast coast, all on the south coast, and then over on the bottom end of the southeast coast. That is the complete French shore. Now we got remnants today over in the Stephenville area, the Port-au-Port area, French communities, but that's not. That came in from, I guess, Nova Scotia. It's not what we have here on the northeast coast. So let me explain then the northeast coast of the French shore, and that's known as Le Petit Nord, the Little North. So French fishermen would come over in the summer. Their capital in fishing when coming over was Croak up on the northeast coast. And you know, there's cemeteries. They would bring a bishop over to administer to the fishermen in the summer. Those bishops actually kept pretty good records. So there's a lot of our history before that was settled. That's back in France. So Le Petit Nord, starts with Lassie, all up here on the Baie Peninsula, Fleur-de-Lis, Baie Verte, and all up to the north, Conch, Croak. So here, you will see. So some of the communities, you go to like Fleur-de-Lis, they paint a Fleur-de-Lis on their garage, right? So not fully understanding, I guess, a lot of the history behind it. So you will see, like in Coachman's Cove, which is next to Fleur-de-Lis, they got the French ovens. The French ovens are down in Shoe Cove and a couple in Lassie, and then there's a few other. So there's some signage there that highlights along the route, Le Petit Nord. Like I'm not sure if you've been down to Paddock as a trail as well, and signage identifying. Like, wow. And in a lot of these communities as well here. There's old graveyards, there's old burials, right? Because that's if somebody was sick and stuff, they came ashore or from fishing and buried it local.
It must be an incredible tourism area down here. I mean, the coastline is spectacular, but the richness of that history perhaps misunderstood.
Yeah, and so, but it's also a tourism market opportunity that we're not leveraging. So, with better signage, with a better government investment, both provincial and federal, we can better tell that story of Le Petit Nord, and get probably French or, people that have descendants that are buried here, right? So, because we know they came from like the southeast of France, essentially, so we know where they came from. But Al, the other good thing here is a lot of communities have kept the French name. So after the Treaty of Utrecht, right? So they kept the French name. So Fleur-de-Lis, Baie Verte, Packet, Lassie.
Wow.
And then you got a little, some of the islands and stuff are off. I've maintained the French.
That's an incredible story, Lynn. I'm glad that you sort of brought attention to it, but you're so right. It creates an opportunity to strengthen a relationship with France, which is so important right now. We're looking at new partnerships all around the world, and so what a unique way to make a really neat connection to France right now, and it sort of reintroduce this incredible connection that we once had.
Yep.
Lynn, thanks very much for being on, and thanks for explaining Le Petit Nord and the French shore.
Okay.
Merci.